Small businesses make up 99.7%. This data is a little bit old. I'm going to tell you, there's about 30 million businesses in the United States now. The number's grown. This slide is a little old, but small businesses do still represent the vast majority. I'm going to peg that number at about 28.5 million. And when I say small businesses, that's the US SBA definition of small businesses, which is a business that employs under 500 people. A business that employs 450 people is a huge business. So the US government has kind of a weird definition of what a small business is. Small businesses employ 50% of the private sector workforce. They create more jobs than any other sector of the economy. And they're responsible for a tremendous amount of both new jobs as well as innovation within the economy. There are about 6 million businesses that have employees other than just the owner. In other words, out of all the businesses, out of the 28 million businesses that exist, 6 million, only 6 million of them have an employee other than the owner. Of them, 3.6 million have somewhere between 1 and 4 employees. Okay, the remainder, well, not the entire remainder, but the next group is between 5 and 9 employees. There's only about 1 million businesses that have between 5 and 9 employees out of 30 million businesses. There's only about 633,000 businesses that have 10 to 19 employees. There's only 526,000 that have between 20 and 99. There's only 90,000 businesses in the entire United States that have between 100 and 500 employees. Numbers getting much smaller. Now, as you go up the scale, there's only 18,500 businesses in the United States that are considered big businesses that have over 500 employees. Now, interestingly, when you compare that with the publicly traded companies, there's only around 8,000 publicly traded companies in the United States. Might be a little bit more, but basically about half of the businesses that have 500 employees or more, roughly half of them are publicly traded. Or let me rephrase that. The total number of publicly traded companies is about half the number of businesses that are over 500. There's a high correlation there, not 100%, but there's a high correlation. So what does that mean? Well, that means that there's about 22 million businesses that have no employees, just the owner. That would be what you would call a solopreneur, somebody that literally is the entire business. And there's a lot of them that are the entire business. Now, when you look at how the types of industries or businesses in the United States break it down, about 54% are service businesses. And then if we look at the rest of them, we kind of look at some interesting things. Okay, so the construction and the manufacturing business are the areas where you actually are making something. Manufacturing, just a little under 4%, construction, almost 11.5%. So basically you have about a little over 15% of the economy, 15% of the businesses, maybe 15.5% are actually making something. The rest of the businesses don't really make anything. I mean, think about it. Wholesale, what is wholesale? They're moving stuff around that somebody else made. Retail, they're in the business of selling stuff. So wholesale is a service business that moves things. Retail is a service business that sells things. Finance, insurance, real estate, they're service businesses that manage information. I don't know what the other is. It's probably forestry and agriculture and stuff like that. Probably that's what that is. But if you really think of the services, people that are providing a service as opposed to making something, it's the vast majority of the economy. When you add the 54% plus the 10% plus the 11% plus the 5%, when you add all that up, it comes to something in the neighborhood of 75% of the economy, 75, 80% of the economy is really some sort of a service type of business.